are, and welcome to a regular episode of the Friday Night Movie Podcast. We like to say at the beginning of one of these episodes, we are back. We are back from South by Southwest. We are back from all of the special episodes and amazing interviews. Go listen to them.
Good to have Lily back.
But this is a regular episode. It's Shy, Lily, and Becky.
Back.
Shy, Lily, and Becky.
I did
Lily, how was the FOMO?
It's fine.
Okay, can I just start off with some recap stories of our South by experience? Now,
we're not going to recap all the movies.
No, we're just going to
tell the other
shenanigans.
The
shenanigans.
Complicated. Wait, can I just say the fun was complicated because it looks like it's the most fun, but it also looks like it's the worst.
No,
So
it's the most
kind
fun.
It's the most fun.
Have like pregnancy when you deliver and you have amnesia. You have South by Southwest amnesia, Becky.
No, it's the best.
Because when you came home, you looked like you had been. Like a truck hit you, and then
you don't.
Sent you
but
home on
to
an
be
airplane.
clear,
You don't sleep.
I have the best time the whole time. I
had
am
the best time.
But Shy, that's like what it says on your T-shirt. That's just you.
Unless it's the
Becky
beach.
says, "I have the best time some of the time. Then I forget how bad a time I had." That's Becky's T-shirt.
So
that is our soundbite for this.
Okay, so listen. In my household, I have to be in charge of everything all the time. And so therefore, when working and traveling with Shy, I really allowed myself to get a little bit too comfortable with allowing somebody else to make all of the plans and arrangements because it's such a relief.
Fairness, I really try to do it well for you. Like
you're always ordering
ready.
the night. Or the Ubers are there. Everything's organized. We're on time. Like it is so stress-free, hassle-free that I just turn that part of my brain off and I go, Shy's in charge. I don't have to worry. So we leave for the airport. I don't even check my ticket. I checked in at some point.
In fairness, you did ask me right before we left. You said, "What airport are we going to?"
And Shy said, "We're 100% going to Reagan." I said, "Oh, great. It's only 10 minutes away." So we load our stuff. I'm not saying we're cutting it close, but we're definitely operating on the we have TSA pre-check. We don't need to get there early. Like we want to kind of get there, check the bags, go right to the gate for the flight. We don't want
and also we're going to check at the curb.
The curb check. Yeah, we don't want to waste. We don't want to waste a lot of time
throwing your bags at someone and getting on a plane.
Getting on a plane. We don't want to sit around the airport much.
And for South by, we have a lot of bags.
Well, a lot of bags. And we arrive at the curbside check-in, and I go, I have one bag to check. And the guy says, "Oh, can I see your ID and your boarding pass?" And he's looking at it, and he goes, "I'm so sorry, but I can't check your bag." And I'm like, "Oh my God, is that because the flight's leaving in a few minutes? Like, what do you mean you can't check it? There's no batteries in here. It's a tiny." I look at him I'm like, this is a tiny bag. It's not overweight. And he's like, "Oh no, I can't check your bag because this is the wrong airport." Which, by the way, was a very funny way for him to tell me I was at the wrong airport. Instead of, he's just like, "I can't check your bag. You're going to Dulles." So we don't have a lot of time. There's a moment of panic. Luckily, the Uber driver hadn't driven away yet. We hopped right back in. That was
a heads-up move, Becky. Becky banged on his window.
I was like, "Take out the Dulles." And I want to say we made it with just enough time for me to refill my water bottle, get a bag of candy, and get on the plane. What? No, I had to Venmo him. I just Venmo'd him.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Okay,
Becky negotiated
Shy
that
did.
You have to beg
like
him
a boss.
for a favor.
No, Becky did it like a boss. She's like, "We can't rebook the Uber because you never know, you could get some Uber that's a mile away."
20
so Becky's
minutes away, yeah.
"Do you do Venmo?" And he goes, "I do Zelle."
And I was like, "Start driving.
My brother will handle it."
And we did make it.
Wow.
We
How
did
did you make it? That's a half hour away, isn't it?
You know why? Because boarding takes 300,000 years because there's 72 boarding groups.
But isn't there after a certain amount of time they won't let you check your bag anymore? The check-in is closed?
Yeah, I think we literally only arrived a half hour before we took off and we were able to. There was, you know what it was? Shy tipped the curbside check-in guys a lot of money to make sure that the bags got on the plane.
That is true. I was like, "Becky, did you tip?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, I guess one of our bags are getting on the plane."
And again, like Shy being Mr. Prepared for our guests that we were going to be interviewing over the course of the weekend, made sure that we were going to have tons of good snacks to offer them.
We had a different setup this year. We were not at the Wonder House. The Wonder House wasn't there. We missed the Wonder House in the University of Arizona. But have no fear, Friday Night Movie thrived. We had a suite at the JW Marriott, which also doubled as my bedroom. But as a result, we could not rely on the delicious food of Chef Omo.
Oh God, it was so good last year. It was so good. So we needed to take, control of things. Now, I'll backtrack and actually say in the car ride over to Dulles, Shy hands me his phone and he goes, look over my food order, make sure you approve it. Now, I get extremely car sick. Like if I look down at a phone, I will be car sick for 6 hours, which is exactly what happened. I looked down at his phone for all of like 1 minute and I was like, Shy, I'm going to barf. I'm sure this is fine. It looks like you got a variety. And there was a big variety. What I didn't realize, because I couldn't look at the fine print because I would have vomited all over that Uber. In the fine print, while there was a lot of variety, there was also an extraordinary amount of quantity.
Well, in order to get the variety,
There
I got
always
the quantity.
is with Shy.
Because we were ordering from this place, HEB, which is like the Texas supermarket to order things from. And I
wanted to try everything. The small bags, the big bag.
Well, the small bags were for the guests because I didn't want people sticking their hands in like.
No, I don't. I don't even like sharing. Yeah. So like, let's say he got a 20-pack variety pack of chips. He bought 3 boxes.
Well, because I wanted
and then he bought
flavors.
4 different types of variety packs, 3 boxes. There are hundreds of snacks. There was an entire Costco. There was an entire Costco worth of food in his room. I'm so hungry right now. What I would do for some of those HEB snacks.
Also, for the people doing paleo, I got chicharrones or like chicharrones
flavored
pork
which
rinds.
was very popular.
Very popular.
A lot of people ate the chicharrones.
And so were the protein bars. The protein bars with chicharrones.
I think I ate a lot of the protein bars.
And then Becky's addition of oranges.
Every
single person came in. We were often the first interview of the day for people. They would come in and they would be like, I need some vitamin C.
Yeah. So let's just say we knocked it out of the park.
Fresh fruit.
What?
You brought.
Yeah. And you guys make fun of me for watching ASMR videos, but the new trend in ASMR is restocking and pantry organization ASMR videos. It's the hot topic right now on YouTube in the ASMR community. And so I just say that, like, if you want to post a picture of the beautiful snack display I did, it's from watching all those videos.
That is true.
Your pantry at home.
They're beautiful. It's not in a good place.
We arrived there and I'm setting up the equipment and Becky's looking at me. What can I do to help? I'm like, please organize everything. I got the food here. That's as much.
And I organize it. Lily, you know the story of my pantry at home where Miri got a black eye because a can of coconut cream fell on her face when she was trying to get something out of the pantry.
That's true. I want, like, let's say you had 100% of the snacks. What percentage did people actually eat?
Every single person. Every person ate a snack or took a snack with them.
Like, how much was left? 50%?
So
93%.
No, that's not true. I would say I probably got 3 times as much, but it was hard to tell. But it's okay.
Was hard to tell.
Because at the end,
didn't you have ordered more as you went on?
No, it's too annoying. You're too busy. You
we're
can't
there
deal
for
with
5
extra
days,
orders.
and we're doing one.
We're doing multiple
Instacart
orders.
order.
We're doing one.
You
never know where you're going to be.
It was efficient. The Instacart order, but don't worry because I didn't let it go to waste.
No, you didn't.
Lily.
Do you know how I know?
Oh yeah, Becky doesn't know this.
I don't know this story.
Know about this. Shai calls me from his hotel room, pretending like he's calling to chit chat as he's packing up to leave and check out. And I was like, this doesn't seem like a convenient time for you to call me. As he's like packing up his bag, waiting for someone to come get his luggage, like checking out of a hotel. That doesn't seem like chit chat time. But he's like, no, he's going to say hi. And then he's like, look, Lil, I need a favor. I need you to explain to housekeeping that they can keep the snacks. Because she doesn't understand me because I don't speak enough Spanish.
My Spanish was really shitty. And I tried to do it myself.
You didn't put it into Google Translate?
No, I put Lily on speakerphone. No, there was a lot of back and forth. I
I was the Google Translate. I was Siri. Can you?
I
translate?
just put Lily on speaker.
Lovely person.
So what did you
There was a lot
explain?
of back and forth. It wasn't as simple as you think.
Why wasn't it as simple?
Because there's
Was she not allowed?
Because it wasn't as simple because part of her was like, but is this garbage? Like part of her was like, well, what do you mean? Then the other part of her was like, I can't be like caught for stealing. Like, am I misunderstanding you? Because I don't want to take this man's food. And then like, I'm going to get in trouble. Then there was another part of, okay, cool. That's really nice of him. I can't do anything in the room until he checks out of the hotel. Like I can't take anything from the room. I can't clean the room. I have to wait till he leaves because it's checkout day. Shai just kept standing there. And I was like, Shai, you have to leave the room. You have to go. She's not going to take the snacks while you're there. And then she said, thank you. Like her whole colleague, like all her colleagues were like, we're going to be super appreciative because they were going to keep all the
They
snacks.
were so nice, the folks who helped us.
I promised her that they were fresh. She was like, but is this garbage food? Is he throwing, like, is it should be going in the garbage? I was like, no, it's fresh. He can't take it on the plane with him.
Yeah, I did certain things I did so as not to waste. I brought home, I stuffed a lot of beef jerky in one of the bags. My kids are like, beef jerky and Oreos, Dad? That's what you brought us back from Austin?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a movie. This is a movie and TV podcast. Lily, people haven't heard your voice in a while. What have you been watching?
I mean, they haven't, but are you ever releasing that True Detective episode we did?
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Like, maybe that is coming before this, and they have heard my voice.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
We don't know. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I feel like I've been watching a lot, and I feel like I don't even have everything on here that I watched. But the number one, like, biggest deal, sorry, Becky, it's not ASMR. It's not in that community, so you probably haven't heard about it. But the thing is One Day on Netflix.
Oh no, I've heard of it, but can I tell you, I was gonna watch it, but then I was too anxious.
Right now are like, oh my god.
I was too anxious to watch it because I was like preemptively afraid I was going to become show emotional, and I just don't have the capacity for that. So I'll tell you what I watched instead. Will I become show emotional the way I did with normal people? I don't think it's normal people level, but it's in that vein. But I know I honestly last night I was gonna watch it.
Epic. That was like too much. No, I think this is. You know what? I can't speak because I've talked to a few people who have communicated that they feel the way we felt about normal people. So maybe, but since you already feel that way about normal people,
either of these shows. What is One Day about? Pitch it.
Okay, so One Day is your nightmare show. Shai. It's like the opposite for you. I was very against it. I had my own I Told You show to myself because I was like, I'm not watching this shit. This is not what I'm watching. I read the book and I've seen the movie. And I can't tell what ruined it for me first, the book or the movie. But the movie's so bad. Sorry, Anne Hathaway and that guy from that Beatles movie. That guy that made the movies that was all the Beatles.
Ed Sheeran?
Across the Universe. No, Across the Universe. Remember that movie? Across the Universe?
Yeah.
Sturgeon?
Yeah.
Sturgeon?
Yeah. I know Jim Sturgis. Jim Sturgis.
Yeah. Okay. So that guy and Anne Hathaway make this movie. I don't think it's either one of their faults. The movie is not good. I did not like the movie. It made me hate the book.
This is an
maybe
old
the book
movie.
made me hate the book.
This is an old movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is the first time in the history of television and film and literature that the show is better than the book and the movie. So skip those and watch the show. I find myself alone at mom and dad's for one night before I have to catch a flight home. Mom and dad are in Florida. I'm by myself. And I was like, you know what? I can't commit to I'm in a travel mood. I can't commit to something. I'm just going to watch something where I already know the story, but this way I can say I've seen this. It was getting curious. It has the guy from White Lotus, the bad, sexy boyfriend / nephew guy. Leo
okay,
Woodall.
the British guy?
Yeah, the guy that's like not the nephew.
Is he British? I don't know what he is, but not
he's
nephew.
British. He's British. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And then like 4 hours later, I was like, I think I should go to bed. And then I watched the rest on my trip home. And it's excellent. And the acting is great. The casting is amazing. It's one of these things, it's something that is worth seeing. The premise is that it's two friends that meet on the last day of on the day of graduation at their graduation party of university, and on July 15th, and then it's July 15th for 20 years. So it's on the same day once a year. And
are there 20 episodes?
This is making me very anxious.
No, there's 14. There's 14 episodes. It's not exactly
Groundhog Day.
No, because it's a year later in their lives. You're just seeing them as they've grown a year older.
Oh, so it's before Sunset Paradise. What's it called? Sunset?
Kind of like that. But it's epic. Like, I've had a few conversations with Shy, with your wife, with a friend, with Stein, and I definitely recommend. It's, if you're in the mood for that kind of thing, for sure recommend. Then I'll go quick because I feel like I watched like a cute with Dennis Quaid's son, who's looking more and more like him, Jack Quaid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had a few like moments in this, like, I know he's in The Boys, but as he gets older, he had a few moments where it was like weird to like see Dennis Quaid's face. He did this rom-com with the girl that's in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh,
TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cute. It was like, I'm on an airplane. I'll watch that.
What's that called?
Situation called Plus One on Netflix. That's like maybe a cute Peloton show to watch. Movie. It's a rom-com. It was cute. You know what wasn't?
I like that a Peloton show, like a workout, like watch out while you watch it.
Like a workout show. Yeah.
Allie has
a lot of workout shows. A lot of workout shows.
Allie went rogue, by the way, watched American Fiction when I was away. You know how much that screws me? Like, that's a movie I was waiting to watch with her.
Mm.
That's a serious betrayal.
I mean, we didn't agree to see it together, but like, come on, that's like a good movie. You don't.
But also, it's about books. So, in her defense, I think that you wouldn't watch that.
She doesn't 100% know if you'd even watch it.
Yeah. But I have to say, guys, and now that it's public that we made one movie, I watched a movie this weekend that made me very committed to keep making movies with you guys, because I watched Anyone But You. Allie told me not to watch it.
Which movie is that?
Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, yeah. It's huge. It made so much money. It made like $200 million or something insane.
Right. It, like, Allie was like, Lil, it's dumb, but watch if you want to watch. And I was like, it's research for the rom-com we'll make one day. Wow. This movie proves you just need like two famous hot people in Australia and a few shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where I was like, I can follow a rom-com, but there was a point that I was like, I don't even understand what their scheme is. Like, why they're doing their scheme. I get that Glenn Powell wants to try to get back an ex, but like Sydney Sweeney's character, I was like, her ex just seems, she keeps calling him perfect and wonderful, and he's the guy from Never Have I Ever, the super hot guy. So the like Japanese guy, what's his name?
Paxton Hall Yoshido.
Thank you. So she's like, Paxton Hall Yoshida's there. She keeps calling him perfect, but then she ends up with Glenn Powell. Not that he's not perfect too, but I'm like, how is this the conflict of this movie?
Of like which perfect guy to end up with?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Glenn Powell's
Listen, not everything can be how to lose a guy in 10 days, okay? Not everything can be how to lose a guy in 10 days.
But if you think about like the effort and
one of the best
that goes into that, or 2 weeks notice, right?
Two of the best rom-coms ever.
And then like, how lazy has the genre gotten that it's just like two hot people? I don't know. It could have been, I feel like it just could have been so much better. They were great though. They were great. I love both of them. Yeah, and then there's a Spanish show. I would love for someone else.
I have a question. Wait, I have a question. Is Sydney Sweeney funny? Because I take her as like a dramatic actor, whereas Glenn Powell does like the dickish, charming guy very well. But
I'll say that they have
funny?
some really funny, like, B-roll as the epilogue, like of them all singing a song a la Something About Mary.
Wait, so that's
where they're
not
all like
B-roll.
singing one song.
You mean
well,
just
or whatever it is? It's just extra footage of them doing a song. It's not really an epilogue because they're just doing a song, like in Something About Mary. Is it Something About Mary, or is it Lost and Found that they do it?
They do it in both those movies.
The most of them, but Something About Mary is the one that
is a great thing.
And
I wish
Bring It
all
On
movies could do it.
Bring It On.
And Bring It On. So when I saw it in Anyone But You know what, guys? Maybe just watch that part of the movie. That was the best part of the movie, and she's the funniest in that part, where she's like probably just being herself. Her character is definitely not funny.
I have not seen anything.
He's the funniest part of the movie.
Anything with her in it.
Well, honestly, I like him enough that I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Please, you can definitely watch it on the Peloton. Definitely, it's worth. He is delicious. Delicious.
I have plans later. Good to know.
And then there's this show in Spain that I find hilarious. I really like it. Called in the States, it's called Alpha Males. I've mentioned it before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got to get ads for it.
I mean, I think it's great. You'd have to watch it in Spanish with subtitles. I would do that, but you guys
watch
maybe
it.
Wouldn't.
No, it's a great rack.
But I think it's like a really funny show. Yeah, I watched Pixels on Shy's recommendation with my kids.
What'd you think of that?
There's definitely some humor and stuff in it that's not for like a 3-year-old or a 7-year-old.
Yeah, but they didn't understand it.
That's what I kept saying to my husband, to Jose. I kept being like, he's like, that's not
he was censoring
it. They don't know what's happening. He was just calling me out for like being like, you showed them Indiana Jones and now you're showing them this. Like, can you be trusted? And I was like, so critical.
Oh my God, he was raised by the guy from Roadhouse. He was raised by Dalton.
I know, that's what I said. But it was
RBD,
I cannot believe, I think
raised
it has
by
like,
Dalton.
I think it has like 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, that movie.
Pixels?
Justice for Pixels. It was
right.
So
Isn't it an
cute.
adorable movie? And it's fun. Josh Gad is hilarious in it.
Josh Gad is so funny. And the guy from King of Queens, Kevin
James. He's always
the Queens
great
of Queens. What?
Yeah, the Queens. I'm mom. And Peter Dinklage is really funny in it.
Oh yeah, he's totally like and he's making fun of a real life character in that movie. There's this guy Billy Mitchell who is actually at AwesomeCon the year we were at AwesomeCon, who is the King of Kong, who's been accused of cheating.
Oh yeah.
Fascinating. Anyways, that was great. So those are mine.
Oh, those are really cool. I'm glad that you like that. A movie I think that I am loving. I'm almost done. There's certain movies I got to watch in sections. Just if it says 2 hours and 45 minutes, like I'm probably not going to sit down and watch it in one sitting, but that's fine. You know, a movie that I think should
criticize that. There are people that say that's not okay, but I'm like, sorry. Then
make sure treat it like a mini series.
It's not because I'm like not able. I'm busy. So like, let me pick it up like a good juicy book. And a movie that I think should definitely have a musical number at the end is Zodiac.
So you did watch it in the end?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I got like a half hour left. Fincher, because I'm on this. I'm feeling the Gyllenhaal in me.
Yeah,
because
he's great.
Because he was so good in Roadhouse.
He's great.
He's so great.
And he's such an interesting character in that movie.
I can't think of a movie where he's not fantastic in it. You know, he's always good. He elevates everything he's in.
So he's great.
But do they find the killer at the end?
You got some Dermot Mulroney. Don't ruin it. You got Dermot Mulroney. I mean, in real life.
Shy, it's a real story.
Yeah, so they got Dermot Mulroney, got Anthony Edwards. It's just got like one, and it's Fincher, right? So he does murdery things really well.
Yeah,
and so and the reason why I'm checking it out is I was just one of the best things about South by is you are there and everybody loves movies and wants to talk about movies. You're not being annoying, being a movie guy, being like, hey, what are your favorite movies? Or what movies have you seen that you really liked? And had this fun conversation with these two dudes who are movie critics while waiting for Monkey Man. And we talked about Fincher at one point, and they recommended Zodiac. So I was like, I got to go back and see that. It was pretty fantastic.
I will say, like, I The Killer, which I mentioned that I saw, which I think is on Netflix, is a Fincher movie. But I feel like somebody like de-Finchered it a little bit.
Interesting.
It's not as like pure as I feel like his other stuff has been.
And then the other one,
you expect a lot from him.
That's really fun that I thought I didn't realize until the end it was a Guy Ritchie movie, other than that Jason Statham is in it, and it has like heisty things going on.
And it wasn't like in Fast Forward? What do you mean?
Well, exactly. It didn't have those gimmicks, and it was R-rated, not even, it was PG-13. It was like a PG-13 spy thriller.
Enola Holmes?
What? Did he make Enola Holmes?
Yeah, didn't he?
No, did he?
I don't know.
I don't know. Are you just?
I don't know, but I feel like
he's just naming things.
No, he didn't make it. But
but he made Aladdin, right? Like Aladdin
Yeah.
is more a Guy
He
Ritchie
did.
movie than Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre. Even though Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre, you have to say the whole name, is so Guy Ritchie in so many ways because it has Marsden or Eddie Marsden, the guy, or Marsden, the guy who he's in the Sherlock Holmes movies and he was in Ray Donovan. The little guy with the curly hair.
Oh, he's excellent.
Yeah, and it has Carrie Yules, and it has, although no,
I love Carrie Yules.
Yeah, and it has.
I'm sorry, did Guy Ritchie just send you like a link to this movie?
No, it's been around, but like
it's been around.
It's been around.
This movie was
You've heard of this, Becky?
Yeah, but I watch every preview.
And the name of the hero is like Eddie Fortune or something like that. It clearly had a different name at some point, and they were like, "Let's make it really clear." And then clearly people couldn't. They either want to make it into a series or they couldn't agree on what to call it. So at the beginning of the movie, a bunch of times they say Ruse de Guerre, Ruse de Guerre. So they were like, let's call the movie that. Anyways.
Oh my God. Josh Hartnett is in it.
Yeah, he's really funny in it. Josh Hartnett is really funny.
He plays Assance is no joke.
Yeah, he plays an actor who they have to recruit into their
team. The preview looks so funny.
And it has
oh my
Hugh
God,
Grant.
What's his name from Friday Night Dinner's in it? Tom Rosenthal.
Yeah, the kids recognized him. I didn't because he looks a lot different in it, but he's in it. Anyways, it's like a cute, fun, heisty movie, and it was, my kids are really into that over right now. They love Glass Onion. They like murder mystery. This kind of fit that. It had Aubrey Plaza, Aubrey Plaza is a big star for my kids. She is a big deal. I like Aubrey Plaza. She was great in Parks and Rec. But for my kids, if she's in something, that's like Sydney Sweeney for other people. They're like, because they're like immediately like, we don't want to watch your movie. Ooh, Aubrey Plaza, we will watch this movie.
That's awesome.
So it was it's a rent, but like a very satisfying rent.
Oh,
like
great.
It's like a found money rent. It's like, yeah.
Where is it streaming?
I want to say it's streaming on. I want to say it's streaming on Amazon.
Okay, I'll watch that.
But you're only allowed to watch it if you say the full name every time you talk about
Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre.
You got it.
Okay, so I had a confusion the other night. Mom and Dad have been recommending this show, The Gentleman.
It's on Stars. Sorry.
Yes.
The Gentleman. And the other day, I want to
watch with my kids.
Right. I didn't want to get show emotional about one day. So I was like, let me pick something that I won't like get as invested in, like love story. I don't want to watch anything with a love story. So like, I'll watch this show, The Gentleman. And I'm watching the first episode.
Fair.
And I'm thinking, okay, so like, when's the part where they all turn out to be like British royal assassins or something? Like, this is really confusing. What's this about?
The Gentleman's about like fixers, I thought.
Okay. So I thought I was watching a TV series based on the movie The Kingsman.
You know what?
I mean, they're not
Becky,
that far off, though.
That's fair because
we're in the
that's
same.
Exactly what I thought it was.
We're in the same world.
So like, there's no part where they take out like cool little doohickeys or have a weapons room or go get a fancy suit. What
There's
is
no
this?
weapons room or fancy suits.
I don't know. So in the end, I will say I was very confused after I didn't like the first episode because I was confused the whole time because I thought I was supposed to be watching something else. So I think if you know what you're watching, you'll probably like it from the beginning. By the time I got to the second episode, I'm quite into it. And I have to say, it's like, it's it's a fun show. I probably seen the first 3 episodes and I'm really enjoying it. But it leads me to my second point, which is I believe that, okay, who stars in this? Theo James and Jamie Dornan are the British Dylan McDermott and Dermot Mulroney. Can't tell them apart. Names are virtually the same. They look exactly alike. Because I also keep getting confused because Jamie Dornan is in another show right now, and I also keep getting confused as to which is which and who is who. They're really walking a fine line, the two of them.
Jamie Dornan, the one who is in Barb and Star.
Yes, he's the one for Barb and Star, and Theo James is the one from White Lotus. But give me a break. So that can be you could switcheroo that and no one would know.
Yes, so, but in this picture, Jamie Dornan looks like Henry Cavill.
Shades of Grey.
Jamie Dornan.
I've never seen those, but I would like.
Which is the one from those movies?
No, Jamie Dornan is in the movies with Dakota Johnson. What are those called?
Then what else is Theo James from? What else is Theo James from?
Hunger Games?
No,
not Hunger Games. Divergent.
Okay, you see, now I can't tell them apart.
He's turned Divergent.
Now I'm very confused.
They are pretty similar, but who is Theo James in White Lotus?
He's the one that
he's the rich one with
the rich guy that's on vacation.
Oh, the ones who end up being like actually lovable. The old switcheroo.
Well, if you're me, you think they're lovable.
No. I think in that season,
except we never know if he like cheats with Aubrey Plaza or not.
But but he and his wife are happy. They're
happy, but they're
which makes them win. But makes them win in the world of White Lotus.
Yeah.
They're happy with whatever.
And they have this like open, understanding marriage or whatever.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know about that.
I think they just punish each other as part of their like weird games they play.
So I thought The Gentleman was like an assassin type Kingsman.
No,
and
it's a show about
Can I read you what it's about? Like it says these when aristocratic
Lily.
Right?
She studied English.
Don't you remember the Aristocats?
Yes. She studied English at a Canadian Ivy League.
When aristocratic Eddie inherits the family estate, he discovers that it's home to a huge weed empire and its proprietors aren't going anywhere. That's what it's about?
Yeah, and it's him and the head of like the weed cartel needing to like always fix problems. There's a problem that needs fixing.
There's always an element of that in a Guy Ritchie movie, right? Like there's always like 2 hippie weed dealers and then a bunch of criminals come in and gun them all down.
Okay, so it's basically like the best
Gentleman
part...
is from a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, it is. There's a guy, apparently Mom said there's a Guy Ritchie movie that predates the show.
It's with Charlie Hunnam and
Charlie Hunnam dies.
I never saw it, but it's like the best part of a Guy Ritchie movie, which is like the fixing the problem, right? At just every episode.
That's why it sounded familiar.
So it
together.
I didn't see it.
That's a good show to make into a show. Like
I haven't seen again. I've only seen the first. Oh my God! Shush! Sorry. I haven't seen the whole season yet. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. But right now it has like a Monster of the Week thing to it, where like every week there's like a different problem that needs fixing, and there's an overall through line. But you kind of they get themselves in a different sticky situation each episode, so it's fun in that way. Like it's
I feel like we're really getting into literature in this episode because we've talked about a lot of shows that have come from movies. I feel like if we get one more, then we've got a theme here because Lily talked about.
Are we almost done? I need
One
lunch.
Day. Yeah, Lily talked about One Day. Becky talked about The Gentleman.
That was based on a book?
No, based on a movie. That's what I'm saying. Literary.
Which is
it's very literary.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I want to say is that the next show Allie and I are going to watch when we finish Zodiac, which is not a show, it's a movie, but like it's as long as a show, as many episodes of a show, is we're going to finally commit to watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which I hear is also a great rendition.
I loved it. Can't wait for you guys to watch, and then we can talk about it, because that's one I didn't get to watch I didn't get to talk about while I was watching because it was still under embargo. But I would love to talk about that when you guys finish it. It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's not a typical action show. It's more of like a relationship drama wrapped inside like a, spy show.
No.
Yeah. I actually don't know if you're going to like it, Shai, but you might appreciate it.
I don't know. You know which one I really liked that I think probably got canceled right away was the True Lies show.
Oh, me too. But I could barely, I can tell you, that was a real good background noise show. I loved it, but like it was filler.
All right. Well, I guess this is it. I don't have like a big punctuation. This was like a whole end of an episode.
Right.
That was a whole episode.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. Love you guys. Talk soon.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Friday Night Movie, the sibling rivalry and pop culture podcast. Join the Friday Night Movie family by following @FryNightMovie on all of the socials and visiting our website, FryNightMovie.com. Our theme song is by What Does It Eat? And make sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.